What's up, everybody? So Raxo still hasn't made a new video or a post or anything. He's still been laying low. I'm not exactly sure if the internet is still out. I know that it got cut for the third time and it was right before a storm. So I don't know if they got it fixed or not. But we've got a video to watch that was requested. So in the Flat Earth video, I talked about the time where he lied about seeing Saturn in the sky, and he described it like science fiction, like Star Wars. He saw the giant planet Saturn in the sky. So let's watch that video.
Something that not everybody knows about me, and that is my true story.
Oh wow, this is an early, here's my story, jeez.
About myself and about how I am the way I am.
How you are the way you are? It's because Sally didn't raise you right.
You know, not very many know my backstory. And this is completely 100% true. Everything I'm about to tell you guys is very real and very true.
You know, it's just full of BS when he has to, preference how true it is.
When I was born 2 pounds, 12 ounces. Or a pound and 12 ounces. I was right in between that weight. Well, I was supposed to die. As a baby, I was supposed to die.
But thanks to the miracle of modern science, you didn't. Is it a miracle or a curse?
Every doctor in that hospital, except for one nurse who is now my godmother, said I was supposed to die.
He's 20-something this, he's talking about a godmother. I thought you only had, godparents for when you were a child in case your parents passed away, then they would take care of you. He's 20-something years old, oh, I want to go stay with her. I bet he, tries to look her up and, go stay with her now. If she even is real. It's just fictitious, probably.
But her, along with my now mom, were the only ones that ever believed I could. And the reason why I say my now mom is because my mom, by birth, is my grandmother. By birth.
My mom, by birth, is my grandmother by birth. He didn't, that didn't come out right, and that's just making him sound even more like a sandwich in bread.
But my biological father went to jail the day I was born and got out when I think I was 18 or 20. Somewhere in there.
Another lie. He's always saying that Rupel was arrested the day he was born. But he was 4. It had happened in 94, 93, somewhere around in there.
But, and granted, he's still in jail because he went back in for dumb shit.
See, I don't know if that's true or not. Because I know that Marty had an interview with him. Was he back in jail after the initial bike path incident? I don't know.
But, you know, he went to jail when I was born, and my biological mother had medical issues to the point where she couldn't take care of me. And it wasn't her fault. They were legit medical disability issues.
Like compulsive lying, scratching herself raw, things that you clearly have inherited.
That could not be stopped or helped. Well, I also found out that when I was born with 1 kidney and 1.5 lungs. Amongst other problems that we are.
What's the whole half lung? That's what always perplexed me. I understand a gimpy lung, all shriveled up and stuff, but the half lung is was cut in half.
Are still to this day fighting to get confirmed. I do have unconfirmed Williams syndrome. It's
Oh, you definitely have confirmed William syndrome nowadays. William Glory syndrome.
Confirmed. The reason why I say unconfirmed is because of the fact that we know I have it. We're just doing the testing to get that proven.
We know I have it. You see, this is in the phase when Sally was desperately trying to get Cyraxx to make some money. So at one point, they were full on trying to get him disability. And I think this is right in that stage. And so everybody always says Sally is the only reason she's taking care of Rax is because of his like tugboat check. But I honestly don't think he gets one. I think that started just kind of like as a joke, and it has been like spread around so much that it's been taken as fact. But to get disability, you have to like go regularly to doctor checkups and stuff, which he doesn't. He doesn't go to the doctor. He doesn't do anything like that. And so I'm almost positive he doesn't get disability.
We're getting the genetics done to show it that I do have these issues.
You have issues.
And you know, growing up, my dad, well, my adoptive dad, who I no longer speak to because he became an alcoholic.
Now he's talking about Gordon. My adoptive dad, who I no longer speak to, yet you always want to claim about he was in the military, so that makes me in the military by proxy.
He was in the military.
Told you.
He was 82nd Airborne Division Army, paratrooper, staff sergeant, you know, that whole deal. And we had moved around a lot. So, I mean, you know, growing up, you know, I never really stayed in one place for too long. Like, every couple months, every 2 to 6 months, we would constantly move and be moving around. Well, we went from that life because, you know, him and my mom had, you know, split up when I was little. You know, they had split when I was a little kid. I think I was like maybe 6, 7, maybe 9 at the time. I don't remember how old I was. But they had split. Me and my mom stayed out west in Washington State. Because, see, I was originally born in Alaska, and then I was born in Anchorage, Alaska. So I was born in the cold state. I was born in the cold motherfucker, which it sucks, because even to this day, I still can't stand snow or cold weather. Well, I can stand the snow, I just hate the cold.
That makes no sense. You can stand the snow, but you hate the cold? Like, you have to have one to have the other.
My body just cannot handle it. It just goes right through me like that and literally freezes my body from the inside out.
That's why he said that he was going to die when he was left at the mall. His body can't handle it. He's too cold, and it'll chill him down to the bone. But also at one point, he said he was built for the cold. And you underestimate me, Marty, but I can fight better in the cold.
Which, it sucks. That's why if you're ever in the Akron area, particularly down near Kenmore Boulevard, or by Summit Lake, and you see me walking around with this big ass heavy jacket, you know why. It's because the stuff just goes right.
Where was your big ass heavy jacket when you went to the mall, you goober?
For me, like I'm a fucking twig. It sucks. But, you know, we had moved from base to base, one of them being Louisiana, New York, stuff like that.
I would really like to know exactly where they went, if they went anywhere. I always just thought they were like in Alaska, then maybe Washington, and then Ohio. Maybe Florida, but he said he was in New York and Louisiana and all this. I don't know.
You know, after we were all done moving and they had split, me and Mom had found out that he had moved to Florida when I was a kid. So, you know, we went down there and, you know, we had gotten back in touch with him. And, you know, and it was good, you know, having my dad back in my life and everything. So, it was really a good deal. And, you know, back in 2004, when we were living there, I was going to Roosevelt Academy, McLaughlin Middle School, then Roosevelt Academy.
2004, you'd be like 14. Shouldn't you have been in like ninth grade by the time you were 14?
Which, if you guys have been paying attention to my YouTube channel, I'm pretty sure you know what's going on by now. For those of you that actually have me on my main account, you guys might know what's going on with that. But anyways, you know, we had moved down there 2004. Hurricane Charlie and all those hit. We went through Hurricane Charlie, and after that we were like, no more. We're done. We're not doing any more hurricanes. So me, my mom, and my older brother, who had moved down there back in 2001, 2002, he was actually very sick, so he moved in with me and my mom. Florida kicked me off of SSI because they said I didn't qualify when I do.
Florida kicked him off of SSI because he doesn't qualify it. But then he says, but I do. See, there we go. There's like more evidence of him not actually getting any money. Florida's not playing games with you, Chance. They're like, no, man, you could get a job. We ain't giving you no free beggar money.
Because of my medical problems. Well, due to the hurricanes, we had moved, and we were planning on going up to Washington State, but we wound up going to Maryland, where I attended Lansdowne Middle School in Baltimore, Maryland, and we stayed at the Beltway Motel. So if you guys are ever in Baltimore, and
so he went back to middle school? I know, like, I'm trying to make logic out of his story, but he went to... When he was like 14, he went to Florida and was in middle school, and then went to high school, and then went to Maryland, and went back to middle school.
You know, you're at the Beltway Motel. That's where we had lived for like about a year and a half. So, I mean, it was pretty cool. I mean, you know, we stayed in a motel. I had fun. It was a good time. Like, I loved it. I was really good friends with the staff there. Met some of my best friends from there, actually.
Of course, he always has best friends for everywhere he went. He had best friends that were the staff at the, like, motel that he lived at. The No-Tell Motel.
Well, you know, after the hurricanes had passed, we had gone down there to get the rest of our stuff and move out to Washington State. But my older sister, Daylin, had, you know, gotten a hold of us and said, hey, you know, your niece's nephew Troy is being born, or your niece's son Troy is being born. So we were like, all right, you know, we'll stop through on the way up and see him and whatnot. And ever since, you know, we pretty much got stuck here. We got attached to the place.
They got stuck there. So, for years, they've been trying to get back to Washington, but they are so lazy that they just like, whatever, man, I'm just gonna stay here. I'm gonna get Ed to shack up with me. Wow.
And we lived when we first moved here, we lived out of my mom's GMC Jimmy for like the first 2 years. The first 2 to...
No, they stayed at a motel, maybe. Because, like, it's even been, like, confirmed later on when he said that. I don't think he ever lived in a car. I even think Dale Lynn confirmed that, no, he never lived in a car.
3 years, and it was hard. Like, it was really hard, but it was fun, though. I mean, we got to travel around, see some cool sights. As a matter of fact, on one of the nights, we had actually seen the world's first planetary eclipse, where you could actually see the planet, like, surface world. Like, you could actually see the surface. Like, it was crazy. I was just like, I was in awe over it.
So this is it. This is where he's gonna, like, spin some wild story. This is probably the biggest lie he's ever told. I know he's told some pretty big lies, but the fact that Saturn came down from space and he saw it, He's the only person who saw it. It didn't like destroy the Earth by like sucking the Earth into its gravitational like field, and the Earth getting ripped apart and joining the rings. That's the biggest lie.
I don't know what planet it was. I think it was either Mars or Venus or something like that. It was one of the planets, but it was like super, super close. And as a matter of fact, I'll show you guys an example.
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he doesn't say it's Saturn. Maybe he's just saying it's Mars or Venus, but I feel like he says it's Saturn at some point in this. Sorry, I didn't trim this down at all. I haven't even like watched it until now. If I click ahead, I'm gonna go past it, so I'm sorry. We just gotta like bear with this dead air. Oh look, there's a... Is that Chris Chan walking in the background? The little me of Chris Chan? He is taking his time typing, isn't he? He's got to search for that Windows XP background.
Let's see if I can find it here for you guys. It was back in 2007.
Alright. 2007. Oh my god. That's like when he should have been a senior in high school. Like 2007 into 2008. He should have been a senior in high school, but he wasn't. He was a child still. Still like a freshman. Oh my god. I'm sorry. I should have slimmed this down. I apologize to everybody who's watching this. I don't know. Killing time somehow. Oh, is that someone else walking up? I think that's Marty. Walking up right there. The little wee dude. Yep, there he goes. Alright. There's Marty. Oh, there's Shanny.
Let me show you guys what we actually saw.
Alright, hurry up, Chance. Get to it. This video could have been way shorter if you already had this pulled up.
Like, it was really fucking weird.
Really? It was weird? Like, fake? Like
Here
it can't
is
happen?
what we got to see on that day. This is what we saw that night.
Oh yeah, there we go.
It was
Saturn.
like that, but we were standing on the ground and it was pitch black. We saw this.
What? What?
We saw Saturn and even a couple other planets.
Oh my god, that's what he saw. Wow. Were you on Titan? Like, how did you see that? What in the world? Oh my god. Like I said, the biggest lie ever. Because that's just ridiculous.
Like, it was really weird. Like, it's one of those things where you're like, you know, you're scared, you're freaked out, but at the same time you're in awe. Like, you're just like, wow, like, this is beautiful.
Yeah, I would be scared too if I saw a giant planet coming down to Earth to, like, destroy us. That's what it would have done if we were that close to it. We would have just been destroyed. I think he might be, like, remembering Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask or something, like, looking up and seeing the moon coming down. I think that's mixed in with his brain, and also just lying. You know, he's just lying.
So, like, it was definitely a sight to see. It was definitely, you know, something that, you know, we had fun seeing. It does suck that we didn't get any pictures though, due to the fact I did not have a phone at the time. We did not have any cameras or anything.
We couldn't get a picture of it. I totally seen Saturn. I also seen Elvis and the Loch Ness Monster and Bigfoot all there too, but we didn't get no camera. Sorry.
But you know, like, just looking back at that now, you know, it was still very incredible to be able to see the surface of a planet that's not Earth. Like, it was incredible. And at one point, I was just like, dude, is this thing gonna crash into us or what?
What is this? Oh my god. How can you just sit there and lie so confidently about something so ridiculous?
Because of how close it was. Like, it was super close. Like, you almost felt like, you know, that planet was gonna hit the Earth. It was crazy. But, you know, we went through all of that and stayed in the Jimmy for several years. And then we had met up with our now landlady,
Karen,
who moved us into the house we're now in. Because before that, we were actually about 2 years in, 2 to 3 years in, almost 3.5 years into staying in the Jimmy. We had moved in with my older sister and her family, and then we wound up moving out because we had found a place, which is where we're at now.
I don't know. You might have been being weird too. I think Dale Lynn was like, oh yeah, you're being weird.
But, you know, when I got here, you know, I went to North High School. Great school, amazing high school. I love it. I still consider North High School my home high school. Always have, always will. And then from there, I went to Garfield. And then from Garfield High School, I went to Akron Digital, which I hate Akron Digital. It was an online school. I did not like it.
I don't think I've like really known that he had to do some sort of online schooling. That's probably like the last phase. They were just like, no, we can't deal with you anymore. Just here's some like online stuff. And then, you know, he didn't do it. He couldn't complete it. And if he had a computer, you know he's not going to be doing any sort of work on it. All he's going to be doing is doing dirty stuff.
Because it was too complicated. And then from there, I went to East for my junior and senior year.
Too complicated.
You know, my junior and sorry, not the word modem. But, you know, during my senior year, it was literally the last day before graduation. I had turned in all my senior dues. You know, I had all the credits, I had all the grades. And then, you know, I go up to the principal because they had called me up there to the office. And I figured, you know, alright, I'm going up there to, you know, pick up my...
Because of Billy or because of you lying and saying someone pushed you down? Why were they calling you up there, Raxo?
My yearbook, my cap and gown, everything like that. But I get this talk with her that I can't graduate high school because I supposedly don't have all my credits when I did.
Okay, here we go. So now this one is like I didn't have my credits. Then another one is, my teacher was prejudiced against white people. And then, of course, another one was, I was too ugly to graduate. That was the funniest.
I showed her the paper and everything. Like, I showed her everything from my teachers, the certificate I had gotten for Most Improved Student of the Year for.
Most improved, like, drawings. You know, like, I drew a turkey. I traced my head and drew a turkey. Like, most improved.
In that few-month time span. Like, I literally went from doing D's, C's, and F's to literally A's and B's like that.
Because, like, they were tired of you. There was no child left behind or whatnot. And they were just like, whatever, man. Whatever, dude. Just get him out of here. He's been here for, like, 12 years. He's in the 15th damn grade. Get him out of here.
Just so I can graduate. I had really picked up the pace and really improved. Well, she sat right there and told me that we're not going to let you graduate or walk the stage because you do not have the credits, when I know damn well I did. And we fought it for...
Why didn't Sally, like, discipline him? Make him actually, like, try in school? Saying he was getting, like, D's and F's and stuff? I bet she was like, oh, it's okay. You're slow. That school just doesn't know how to handle you. It's okay. It's not your fault. Instead of just, like, you know, laying down the law and being like, no. You better get it into gear, boy.
For years. So, like, you know, I basically said, screw you. I left the school. And I've been, like, you know, I really dove into music. Because, you know, I felt like music was an outlet for me. I mean, music's always been a major outlet in my life. Because I've been able to, you know, express myself.
I wonder where that clicking sound is. I've noticed it this whole thing, but, like, I'm just now like, what is that clicking? Like something, like, popping up on his phone as he's recording this?
Through that, through my artwork. If you guys go to my timeline, I do have a new thing up. I do have some new artwork up.
That's so funny. Go to my timeline. Oh, whoa. He's not talking about that one, though. He's talking about, like, I don't know, Facebook or something.
It's a 3D model, a 3D model I had done last night.
No, you stole it.
Out of pure boredom.
You stole last night out of pure boredom.
And so, I mean, that's pretty much my entire story of my life and how I got to where I'm at now.
Wow. What in the world? Oh my god. That was the entire story of his life? And see, as before, that's what he's wanting to get back to. Before Marty, before the trolls, that's what he's wanting to get back to. Nothing. Trying to get on disability, crying about non-existent problems. Making up lies about Saturn crashing into the Earth. Anyways, thanks everybody for watching. Sorry I didn't slim it down. I didn't think I needed to. I thought it was going to be like, you know, but of course, I always need to like pre-watch and check this stuff out first. So anyways, I'll see you guys later.